This Midas is fake. When we saw real Midas in chapter 5, he was imprisoned inside a bunker of the underworld. But how did he end up in that bunker? You see, Midas used to be part of the Imagined Order. As seen in this picture right here, Midas inside of a class being taught by this young Dr. Sloan. Midas's dream was to become the head of the Imagined Order because Geno, who is the founder of the IO, wanted to focus on something bigger. He was looking for a leader who could lead the Imagined Order. And Midas was the guy everyone thought would be the future leader because he was brave and smart. But Geno was not convinced because Midas had a different vision. He wanted people on the island to have more rights, but Geno wanted the Imagined Order to have complete control. Then Sloan starts to show her talent in science, politics, and mathematics at a very young age. You can see in this picture a very young Sloan teaching a class of much older kids. Midas was convinced he was going to be the leader because he was much older and more experienced, but that did not happen. One day, Dr. Sloan is awarded the leader of the Imagined Order by Geno. The only reason was she was willing to do whatever Geno told her to do. This makes Midas extremely angry and he leaves the Imagined Order. Promises to create an organization much stronger and bigger than the IO. Not just that, he vows to destroy his competition, the Imagined Order. The only way they can be destroyed is by taking away their most prized possession, thing that has made them extremely powerful, the 0 point. This was the start of the battle of Ghost versus Shadows. Midas hires a few trusted but very strong people in his group, and he creates this giant headquarters in the center of the island called the Agency. His plan is to create one of the most powerful devices in the history of Fortnite to destroy the Fortnite storm. The reason why he wants to destroy the storm and not the 0 point is because he knows, after years and years of experience working with the Imagined Order and the 0 point, that it cannot be destroyed. He saw the 7 try to destroy it with a giant meteoroid and they failed. So he decides to end the storm loop because one of the ways the Imagined Order controls the people on the island is using this storm. Because as soon as this storm closes in completely, it restarts. Not only it repairs every destruction that is made on the island, but also it erases people's memories as well. This is how the Imagined Order has been controlling the people on this island for thousands of years. And Midas's plan is to stop this storm closing in, and if he does this, it will stop the loop. Also for this, he's gonna have to wait for the storm to end exactly at the Agency. During the Doomsday event, that is exactly what happens. Midas shows up with this huge device. He pushes the storm back. There is a huge struggle, but it actually works. The storm is pushed back, and everyone on this island starts rifting outside of this loop. We end up at the closest place outside of the loop, which is the Imagined Order's headquarters. This is the very first time we meet with Agent Jones, and he's very surprised to see us there. But this escape doesn't last very long because the Imagined Order replaces the storm with a giant tsunami. The whole island is flooded, the device gets destroyed. Midas has failed. But he is not done yet. He still thinks he can defeat the Imagined Order. So he does something very stupid. He goes to the underworld god of darkness, Hades. Promises Hades whatever he wants if he grants him the power of darkness. Hades agrees, grants him the power. And in chapter 2, season 4, we get Midas's revenge. You can see Shadow Midas, who has the power of the underworld. He summons a bunch of spirits. His mission is to destroy the Imagined Order. Plan was very good, but the timing was bad because at the time, the island was not just controlled by the Imagined Order, but also the Avengers. So Midas ends up getting defeated yet again, and since he cannot pay Hades Hades back, Dark Lord get extremely angry. From this point on, we will hardly see Midas. After struggling to find him, Hades hires one of the most evil creature in the history of Fortnite, Kato Thorn. Thorn agrees to help Hades, but in return he wants Midas's hand. Hades agrees and the hunt begins. In the meantime, Jules joins the Imagine Order to spy on them, and we know this because Midas's wife Marigold tells Jules everything is going according to the plan. Marigold said this all the way back in chapter 2 season 7, and we've still not seen this plan in motion. Midas actually reveals this plan before he left in chapter 5. It looks like the Imagine Order used the power of Midas because during season 8 of chapter 2 we could find a golden cube. Now, after this point, Midas goes missing. His crew has no clue where he is. We think Hades has now captured Midas. Find Midas's crew looking for him. Jules, his daughter, joins Ageless Champion to help him create weapons and items, and in return Ageless would help Jules find Midas. Start seeing a Meowsicle as well, spying on Dr. Sloan. And in chapter 4 season 4 we discover a dark truth. Inside of Kato Thorn's vault we find Midas's hand and his drum gun. This gets the attention of his crew because they know now Kato Thorn knows the whereabouts of Midas. Just before Kato Thorn was defeated, he reveals the whereabouts of Midas, which is inside of the underworld. But the only problem is now Midas's crew need to figure out how to get there. Keep looking, and then one day, all of a sudden, in chapter 5, the underworld is on the island, and Hades is there as well. It is confirmed that Midas is inside one of the prison in the underworld because there is a golden door. One day, while the guards is checking up on Midas, he sees an opportunity, turns his chain into gold and breaks it, defeats the two guards, and breaks out of the prison. And as soon as he is free, he goes straight to his crew. And at the time Zeus was planning to attack the island, we all think Midas is going to help, but he doesn't. He grabs his beloved Marigold yacht, and then he just disappears. A few days later, we find him on the Spawn Island. He tells us that this island is too small for his dream. He has a huge plan. Then one day he is gone. Now this is where things don't add up, because in chapter 6 we are introduced to Midas again, but this time he looks very different. His hair is extremely long, and he's wearing clothes that Midas wouldn't normally wear. Most importantly, this Midas has both hands. And remember, Midas lost his hand. It was taken by Kato Thorn. And in chapter 5, Midas was wearing a glove. Also, Midas said he is going somewhere big. This island is too small for his dream. And chapter 6 island is as big as chapter 5 map. And where is his crew? Where is the Marigold? Nothing adds up. So who is this imposter? Before Diego rescued Jade, he said he felt a presence inside of the spirit realm that was evil. And Jade said the same thing. She felt the presence of something evil, and also this person had the 0 point shard. What if this outlaw Midas is in fact an imposter, a shapeshifter? Maybe it is the Nothing. Nothing is described as someone who does not have a shape. In chapter 4, Rift Warden described the Nothing as someone with no shape, no face, a shapeless man. Maybe this shapeless man has the ability to shapeshift and become whoever he wants to be. The reason why he is doing this is because we know that the Nothing wants the 0 point. That's all he's wanted ever since he attacked the island in chapter 1. In fact, it is the reason why he created the last reality as well. Especially now that he's got a piece of the 0 point, he wants more. Now, Agent Jones, if you go speak with him at Demon's Dojo, he says there is more than one 0 point pieces out there. I think the Nothing is collecting these pieces to piece them together to create the 0 point. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. Do you think this is the real real Midas. Also, I'm giving away 5 skins to 5 lucky subscribers. All you have to do is subscribe to my channel, leave a like on this video, and comment down below. I used your code SMJM.